Yo, project, what's up? Filling out invoices sounds fun. That's fucking hilarious. A bunch of dumbasses. What a bunch of dummies. Yo, what's up, thug? It's gonna sleep, bud. Hope all is well, all is well, all is well indeed. Okay. Beneath cursed sand. Chillin' called him. Yeah, you need to fire that driver for sure. You need to fire that man's for sure. What's up, Zeno? What is my clue scroll? Search the crates in the dwarven mine. Oh. Alright, so we just gotta go this way. Looks like I'm making Nightcore and anti-Nightcore tracks. What do you mean? I have 64 gigabytes of RAM, by the way. 64? Beginner class. Might as well open it. Oh my goodness, the staff of air. Yay. The 480 Super? Damn, brother. Yeah, that fucking VRAM, bro, looking sexy indeed. I know what you're saying, dog. I know what you're saying, bro. Upstairs of the pub. Where's the pub? Oh, there we are. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, bro. I don't know what to say about that, Mr. Alcoholic. It's just fucking wild, yeah. Some people are just oblivious. That's all I gotta say. Some people just don't fucking think, they just do. Some people don't think, they just simply do. Cheers. The fuck? I thought that was a player for a second. 2 pints. Oh, that was a fucking player. The apothecary. Just woke up. Hey, that's what's up. Let's go. Wake and bake? Tell me what's up. I've been working a lot, yeah, every day. Every fucking day. And you're not in a hotel? Not yet. Pretty slow right now, honestly. Hey, man, doing some special for your 200 subs. Hey, congratulations, man. That's sick. Good for you, bro. Good for you. That's fucking sick. Excuse me. What do you plan on doing for 200 subs? BO3 Ascension with no gum flawless. Jesus fucking Christ. That's crazy. I love it. Have fun, man. That'll be wild. Fucking wild. It'll be a grind, maybe 25 hours most. Jesus. Do you get sunburned that much? Every time I'm in the fucking sun. Every time I'm in the fucking sun, dude. You know, a couple people. My mom was a redhead, so I'm just kind of automatically fucked. You know what I mean? It's kind of automatically fucked. What do I do, chat? Do I go do Slayer task? Slayer. Do I go do Slayer task? Or do I fucking what do I do? Or do I do magic? Do I do that? Just to get some passive magic. I do 461. How many of these do I have? 3,465. Are you fucking me, bro? Oh, plus another 2,000. It's going very well, Alex. Appreciate you stopping by. Oh, fuck. I know what. We're just gonna AFK some shit for sure. Just cause. We're gonna fucking.
Calling 911, where's your emergency?
I need an emergency.
Throw back right here, chat.
Okay.
Throw on some true crime and flat. Fuck.
It all happened on January the 11th, 2015, when a shocking 911 call caused a stir in the streets of Pensacola.
The victim was eventually identified by his identification being found in his wallet.
No clue, bro.
Joseph Edward Ross.
Our crime scene comms takes photographs
Couldn't tell you, project.
because there is a lot of activity. Crowds start developing, so we start going up to those crowds. Hey, did you see what happened? Did you hear what happened?
The witness at the scene observed the victim walking through the parking lot, talking on a phone and arguing. And shortly thereafter, they observed a red Dodge pickup truck pull into the parking lot.
We pulled in, just stopped, and this red Dodge comes down the side of the building and circles around us and goes behind the building, and that's when I heard the gunshots.
Then it was just like bam, 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 and he was laying on the ground shot, and I saw a red truck flying out of the parking lot.
Indubitably.
Stories told by the witnesses and all the information gathered by the police all pointed to one important clue: the red Dodge pickup truck. Now, the burning question lingered: who owned that truck? And who was behind the wheel? Soon, the police reached out to Joseph's older brother, John, to gather more information.
Do you have any idea why we might be here? Okay, your brother Joe was shot and killed around the corner, over at the corner store.
He was shot?
Yes. We're trying to find out what happened to him. Do you know anybody that drives like a red Dodge pickup truck?
Well, my friend Nick does.
Who's Nick?
It's just someone that I met through a friend.
What does he look like? Is he white or black?
He's white.
Jonathan Ross said Nicholas Darren was 23 years old, a small-time drug dealer who was out of work. All the links with Red Dodge pickup truck, the history between the two of them, this subject being armed on a regular basis.
Is there any reason that your truck would have been at the CVS around the corner tonight?
No. It should have been.
Then how was it there?
I don't know.
That obviously then at that point propelled Nicholas
Busted.
to being the suspect that we were looking for.
The incident unfolded behind a convenience store at the crossroads of 9th Avenue and Fairfield Drive on January the 11th, 2015. Many witnesses heard the gunshots as the victim, Joseph Ross,
I wonder what homie was
shot to
selling.
death. Following an investigation and based on witness descriptions, law enforcement located and halted a red truck a few hours later. Nick Naring was found in the passenger seat, with his friend Gerald Lovelace behind the wheel. Upon inspection, officers discovered numerous guns on Nick and in his vehicle, raising suspicions and prompting their involvement in the ongoing investigation.
I'm not
Nick
suspicious.
and Lovelace were brought into the police station, where they underwent questioning during the interview process. The interrogators, Detective Harnett and Detective Parsons, first focus on Lovelace. After making him sign the Miranda rights, Detective Harnett asks him a few questions about his occupation, family, and other stuff. Now, the main moment approaches as Harnett tries to understand what Lovelace was up to on the day of the crime.
So you were saying that he called you tonight and you went and he said he needed what?
He called me. Well, he came to my house, picked me up.
Okay.
And said that
I floss my motherfucking teeth real quick.
getting something from his house. So we went to his house, left, and then y'all pulled up.
What time did he pick you up from your house?
Picked me up close to 11 because my wife got off work at 10:30.
However, Nick has a different answer to this question.
We're wondering if you could tell us what happened tonight with you.
Midnight. I was at home for the longest time. My friend come pick me up for a while.
What time did he pick you up?
5 something, I was awake.
These contradictions don't look very good for the two suspects.
Did you talk to him before that?
I talked to him before that.
Okay. And were you with him earlier today?
No, sir. He told me to bring.
Oh, this black guy's the plug.
Bring him his truck. Did you have his truck? Okay, so you had his truck earlier.
Yes, sir.
Have you had it all day?
Not all day. I had it earlier during the day. It was still daylight.
Okay.
It's still daylight.
So what time would you say that was?
4-ish, almost 5-ish. Night, but dark, yeah.
Okay. I mean, where did you get it?
He let me keep the truck overnight.
So you've had it for a whole day?
I had it since last night, and I used it this morning to this evening, around 4 or 5, and he got his truck back.
Okay. Around 4 or 5.
You like Titanfall 2, bro. It's one of my favorite shooters of all time.
You got the truck back. And you went and...
Look, I took him.
That's why I like Apex so much.
I took him his truck, he dropped me off, and then called me saying that he needed help with something, to pick something up from his house.
It kinda looks like Lovelace is just babbling on about the events of the day, and nothing seems legit. Harnett is not gonna let that slide.
Now...
Oh yeah, it's one of the best.
Now you've explained to me the chain.
One of the best to ever do it, bro.
Truck, and you gave 3 different stories. All right. You know why? Do you know why? Because you don't want to tell me the truth. You're not being honest because you said 3 totally different things. But I'm not upset about that.
No, I mean...
I understand. I understand what's going on.
Detective Harnett understands by this time that Lovelace plans on defending Nick. However, as an experienced interrogator, Harnett exactly knows how to change his statements.
But the problem is that if you're going to be on team I don't know with him, then you're going to hold some of the responsibility about what happened. And there's nothing I can do about that. And if you want to piss away your life, piss it away. Now, I know you were there because you were seen there. There's plenty of people who called.
Harnett claimed he was spotted, but eyewitnesses actually reported seeing a black man behind the wheel. Yet, given the darkness of the night, it's impossible to confirm whether it was Lovelace or another individual. And law doesn't work on assumptions. They need facts.
But you better start telling me what happened, otherwise you're going to have this come down, hit you in the head like a ton of bricks. And you're not going to be able to explain it later. I know what happened. She knows what happened. You know what happened. But if you're going to be dishonest, that means You're trying to help him.
It's full of hackers though, so be careful, bro.
You can't.
Wild motherfuckers on that game.
Who did? Who shot him?
I didn't shoot him.
Who shot him? You were in the truck.
Gerald, shoot him, man.
On Titanfall 2? Yeah.
Be on them.
Huh?
Someone literally hacked Apex Legends in like season 3 or 4
He did.
and made the playlist for Apex Legends.
What's his name?
Save Titanfall 2. Get rid of the hackers. Look it up.
Gerald. I'm not. This isn't something where you need to.
I'm not even trolling.
What's his name?
Nick.
Nick what? Do you want to defend him and be on his team?
I don't know his last name. Nicholas.
Okay, the guy that was in the truck with you.
Nicholas.
The guy that was in the truck with you.
I'm not even trolling, you know.
I didn't know what was going on when we got there. I didn't know this shit was going on until.
Okay, so he.
Here,
Did you guys pull behind?
let's actually look it up together. What Save Titanfall hack? EA's game message about Titanfall hacking. But initially, the Titanfall game impact Apex. They get the players running into messages from people hacking the game with a Save Titanfall message. They literally like hacked the entire playlist for Apex. Hey, hackers shut down Apex Legends. Save Titanfall. You know what I'm saying, but you should check some of those videos out. They're funny as fuck.
In the store? Were you driving?
I was going home.
Okay, were you driving the truck?
Stop.
You were driving the truck. So he said stop and you stopped, right? If you try and slant this, you're going to yourself. Stop.
Apex has had some pretty nuts history, bro. I'm not even joking.
All right, explain
Like the
what
amount of infamous hacks that have happened in that shit is just a little wild, bro. It's awesome. I love it.
Behind the store.
What happened when you stopped the truck?
When I got
I
behind
love
the
it.
store, they walked up and.
The history runs deep.
And
Did he
The
get out?
lore is unique.
Nick didn't get out of the truck.
He shot him, man.
With what?
It happened so quick, man. I didn't know this shit was gonna happen.
Okay.
It happened so.
What did he say when the guy walked up?
Nothing.
Well, what did the other guy say?
No, he was trying to say something, but it couldn't.
So it was right from the get-go.
Yeah.
According to the statements collected, Joseph was killed around 8 p.m. near the shop. Then the two drove away from the scene, making a couple of stops before Lovelace was finally dropped at his home. According to calculations, it would have taken them a maximum of 30 minutes. However, Lovelace reached his home at 10:30 p.m. Now the question is, where were they for the unaccounted 2 hours? It's quite evident that Lovelace doesn't want to answer this question honestly. It's actually understandable that he doesn't want to say that he's spent time with Nick even after he knew Nick was a killer. Now it's time to give Nick a visit for the rest of the answers. It has to be pointed out that Nick knows nothing about the conversation between the detectives and Lovelace. So, obviously, he starts acting innocent. Even though Harnett has his answer, he starts by focusing on Nick's alibi.
He comes pick you up at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. I was like, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, I think it was 5.
And then where'd y'all go?
Just riding around different stuff. Had to go do different shit for sisters like that.
Okay, what car were you guys in?
Pontiac Grand Prix.
Okay, where had you been out earlier?
Warrenton over there.
Warrenton over there? Why over in Warrenton? Or somebody you guys
That's
visited?
his family.
So you're at his family's house?
Yeah, around there and his family is all different kind of people we went to see.
Okay, well who did y'all see?
Nobody in particular. This is where he goes and hangs out and stuff.
So you hang out with somebody?
Back and I'm toked. Hey.
Pretty much.
Stay lifted,
Well,
brother.
this vague and seemingly evasive response could raise suspicions. That makes it evident, even to a layperson, let alone a detective, that Nick is facing a serious situation in the course of this interrogation. To strategically set up the investigation and lay out all possible traps, the investigator just needs to introduce a specific name.
Did you talk to John tonight?
A little bit here and there. I mean, just see what's going on.
What's going on with John?
He's been evasive with me, to be honest, lately.
Okay. What did you talk to him about tonight?
Nothing. Soon he was up there, I wanted to hang out with him. He said something about some bullshit, something, you know, talking about putting on my phone or something. I was like, okay, whatever.
Did you ask him anything before that?
Nope. I was trying to call him and hang out with him.
Do you remember asking him what was going on around his house?
He wouldn't tell me. He told me, quit calling me that bullshit. Don't call me, you know what's going on.
Okay. But you asked him what was going on around the house. What would prompt you to do that?
And asked him what was going on around the house. I said, what's happening around the house? He
Okay.
said nothing.
But why would you ask him that?
See what people were there is hanging out. His dad tripping or something like that.
Was that something that happens?
Yeah, his dad lives out a lot.
I have to turn the AC on.
I think about it, he's 17 years
It's like 80 degrees in my room.
Were you ever near his house?
Pretty fucking hot.
On the other side. I promise.
You promise?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any reason that...
What, is John okay or something?
Hold on. Is there any reason that your truck would have been at the CVS around the corner from his house tonight?
No. Shouldn't be.
Then how was it there?
I don't know.
Well, the extended pause speaks volumes. Detective Harnett believes that Nick is the crucial link in the case, and he by no means is going to let Nick off easily. It just remains to be seen how much longer Nick can maintain an appearance of innocence.
He's very engaged right now. He's up at the table, he's close in, he's in a very strong position. And at first, I'm back, so I move in to show that I also have a very firm position.
The reason that it was there is because something happened there. Okay? The reason something happened there is because of an altercation, I guess, of sorts. And you're kind of tap dancing around it. But ultimately, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that we know the result of what happened. Now, how that came about, I don't know. And who can answer that? Well, one of the people that can answer that would be yourself. Now, you can choose to be deceptive all you want, okay?
I have no
But
reason
let
to
me-
be on this side of town.
Let me point something out to you. This thing is that you were there because A, your truck's on video being there. People wrote down the tag number of your truck there. Okay?
One can just see through Nick at this point. He's visibly nervous, yet determined to avoid the situation. Despite being prepared to weave a web,
Look at his face right there.
he's still just an ordinary individual. Unlike a psychopath, Nick's manipulative tendencies and fear have their limits, and Detective Harnett is ready to play with that very fear.
When he's feeling threatened, he starts to back up. And the hand that he's able to actually goes into his pocket. So it's another defense mechanism that he's using where he's hiding and concealing what actually happened.
And to manipulate Nick's fear, Harnett chooses to use a double-edged sword. In this case, the double-edged sword is a pure bluff.
Can you explain that?
No, the truck shouldn't have been there. Wasn't in my possession.
It was there,
Wasn't in my possession of.
but you were there.
I wasn't there.
Yo, Bates, what's good, my man? How you been? How's
It
life?
was at this moment Nick knew he'd just been an idiot.
At that point, I didn't have video of this shooting, but he's nodding because now he believes it. So with him, I felt comfortable throwing
I've been
out
fantastic,
in such a
man.
way because
My
I
father
didn't
is
think he was gonna call
retired.
me on it, and I
Life's
thought
really
he would
good right now.
accept it.
You know?
see me on video.
Feels weird.
You're kind of distinct.
Feels weird. Life's good.
Now, with that being said,
Yes, sir.
something happened there. Okay? Something happened there that you have an opportunity to try and explain. Sometimes things just go sideways. But you just do me a favor, okay? I've already talked to Gerald. He's already explained what happened. Okay, we already know what happened because we talked to the party there. What I don't understand, clearly, is what's going on between you and the guy that was there.
I'm glad you've been doing well, though, brother.
Now, you can choose to say nothing, and I'll just go with what they say. Or you can kind of fill me in on what's going on. I mean, you're not a bad guy.
I haven't done anything. I don't know what's going on.
You're not a bad guy. You don't have like an extensive criminal history. I'm sure you may do some stupid stuff.
I retired from zombies. I just don't have a controller to be able to play it properly.
Well, public enemy number one type guy.
No. I mean, I stay at home with Social Security. I don't know.
Recognizing that Nick's confidence wavered upon learning about the CCTV footage,
I'm not about to
Harnett
go
understands
spend
that
like
pushing for
$100
confession
on a
directly
controller.
may not yield results in
Save him
Nick's
for a
current
car.
state of fear. Now, to create an
You wish it was
environment where Nick
Friday
feels more
already?
comfortable expressing his emotions, Harnett opts for the only technique that could make it happen: the sympathizing interrogation. Let's see the
I
demonstration.
feel that.
So, and I understand that you have some issues, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sympathetic to that.
I feel that.
Something happened tonight, and there's a reason for why.
My uncle's getting married again
You're gonna
on
be
the
given an
1st of
opportunity to explain
June,
that.
so
You
like
choose not to do
Saturday.
that, then that doesn't
I've
help.
got to go get like a
It's not helping
haircut
at all.
and shit, like a little prim and proper, you know,
You had 3 guns on you tonight.
Yeah.
like a week or like Saturday or Sunday
And you get fired
before.
None of those. I mean,
tonight.
the most recent one that probably could have been fired was either the 25 or the 38 with 4 inches.
All right, well, if I pulled slugs out of a person,
Yeah, you can ballistic them all.
okay, is there anything that's going to come back to any of your guns?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It looks like sympathizing with Nick won't be working tonight. So what would Harnett's decision be? Of course, to go back to the questioning techniques he's been using. It seems
I'm just letting
he
my
needs to
beard
break
grow
Nick
until
at one.
then. It's gonna be long and greasy. Let the hair grow untamed, untrimmed.
And I'd like to know what your role is there, and I'd like to know why you're telling me you weren't there. Why would you say that you're not there?
Was I driving?
No.
No way.
No.
Who was the driver?
Him.
You
However,
wish it was
there comes a
Friday,
point when
yeah.
the suspect
I feel that.
may attempt a counter-strategy to manipulate the interrogator. Drawing inspiration from movies, books, or personal experiences, individuals with a criminal background learn a few things in the long run and might employ tactics they believe could work in their favor. In Nick's case, he senses the need to act before it's too late. The question remains whether he'll succeed in his attempt to manipulate the situation.
How would you know that if he was?
Dude, I'm not. Look,
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with
Dude,
me.
let me stop
I want to know what all he said. That's it.
I know you do. Okay? I know you do. But you want to play a game that I'm not going to play with you.
What do you want to
Just
say?
stop. Just stop. Just listen to me a second, okay? You were involved in something tonight at that location, and I'd like to hear your side of what happened there.
Nick likely realizes that his current situation won't improve unless he provides some information. However, given that he's already unknowingly been caught in a bluff, any further missteps on his part could make the situation worse. So, in such a predicament, what will a suspect do? Faced with this dilemma, a suspect might craft
Money,
a
money,
narrative
money,
that portrays him
money.
or her as a victim, suggesting the incident was an act of self-defense. And this technique never gets outdated.
I've heard that. What's that?
You want to know?
No.
All right. That's on server. He come up. He's grabbing his pants. Pulling it out like he's pulling something out. I popped his.
Okay, serving what?
That don't matter.
What do you mean? It was going to be a drug
There's
exchange.
some pills.
What did he do that frightened you?
He's always said, I'll rob your bitch. You're a fucking lick. He sent me messages to them. And I was like, okay, whatever. I was gonna serve him real quick and leave.
As anticipated, Nick chooses to defend himself by claiming that Joseph Ross attempted to draw something from his waist, leaving him with no choice but to shoot first. Moreover, he mentions that Joseph used to threaten him often, and this made him
You're a
scared.
lick.
However, a critical point is that Nick is unaware of what Joseph was attempting to retrieve, or whether he even had anything on him.
His brother said.
Could have been money for all he knows.
Yeah. Okay. So you decided to meet him over there. Was that your decision or his decision?
Who's mine? Who?
Who decided to meet over
The
at
other partner?
corner store? Yeah.
I did. So you decided to meet him at the corner store? Yeah, I was right around the corner talking to him. I said, well, fuck it. This past corner store hit me right there.
Nick chose the meeting place, not Joseph. So, under these circumstances, even without an absolute understanding of what exactly happened there, the situation is bound to go bad for Nick.
Okay, so you go over there to serve him. What were you going to sell him? Some Valium. Some Valium? Is that what you had on you when we started?
Naring told Lovelace
Only
that he was
fucking going to
make
get
a sale and
Valium?
had Lovelace drive.
Junkies,
This
man.
ensured that the truck would be able to make a quick escape.
Which container was it in? The bar, sorry, I got you. It's like a yellow, not yellow pill, it's the other one, it's like a pill. And that's how you make ends meet between the $600, because that ain't gonna get you very far, right? Not really like that, no. Okay, so you're going over to serve him.
So here, what Nick seems to imply is that the incident was a drug deal gone wrong. However, crucial details such as the involvement of Gerald Lovelace and whether it was a pre-planned murder remain unclear. If you love what you're seeing, hit the like, subscribe, and share button.
So you drive behind...
Very subtle, halfway through the video. Very nice, dude.
Right.
I'll give you props for
Let's
that.
go this. Are you driving or is someone else driving?
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Who's driving the truck?
I can't say on that one.
Were you confused?
I mean, I'm not going to put somebody in a place that, you know what I mean, for accessory after the fact and nothing like that.
He says he was driving the truck.
Well, he was driving the damn truck then.
Well, I'm asking you.
I mean, I didn't want to...
This isn't a game.
I mean, I don't want to throw him under the bus. I mean, I don't want to be green like that. Don't fuck no matter what, you know what I mean?
Okay, but
I already heard.
Or maybe not, though. But, I mean, you don't have the ability to dictate here. He's already told me what happened, okay? I want to hear it from your side, from your perspective, because you probably know more than he does. Would you disagree?
No, I wouldn't disagree. I apologize. I mean...
Okay.
Well,
so, you guys pull back there. And what's the guy's name? What do you call him?
I call him JoJo.
Okay, so JoJo walks up.
Smell the bullshit? Yeah.
Rolled down my window and he's acting all like fucking weird and reaching for shit, and I was like,
Do me a favor, stand up for me.
But these people are just fucking retarded. All you gotta do, like, this guy's, like, not necessarily this guy. This guy's kind of fucked either way, but, like, a lot of them could just get away
What kind of shirt?
with just saying, hey, you know what? Lawyer.
That Naring believed he
You know what I mean?
He decided to
What is
kill
this
Ross
story
before
about?
he arrived.
He just killed someone over a drug deal. It's honestly not even that fucking interesting.
Get this look on his face and be like, yeah, I'm gonna, if this goes through and I can do this, I'm gonna keep her skull as a trophy.
Oh,
When a
bro.
young mother working as a pizza delivery driver near Akron, Ohio, failed to return from a delivery on the night of June 20th, 2012, her manager reported her missing to the police. Upon investigation, police found a bloody scene and evidence of a struggle at the address of her last delivery, but there was no one there. The search for Ashley Biggs was on. Before we begin, we would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and loved ones of Ashley Biggs. In 2012, Ashley Biggs was a 25-year-old Army veteran working as a pizza delivery driver for Domino's located in Summit County, Ohio. Ashley had a daughter with Chad Cobb in 2005, and the couple broke up shortly thereafter. After that breakup, Chad began a relationship with Erica Lyon, and the two eventually married. The couple had 2 children together. Erica also had another child, the same age as Ashley's daughter, from a previous relationship. Chad retained custody of their daughter until Ashley regained temporary custody in 2011. On October the 5th of that year, having not seen her daughter for some years, Ashley Biggs, along with her then romantic partner, Brittany Dunson, picked up Ashley and Chad's daughter from school with a temporary custody order in hand. Ashley had provided no notice of the custody change to Chad, and Chad showed up at his daughter's school to pick her up that day, as he had done several times before, only to find that she was already gone. When Chad arrived at the school, the police were on the scene explaining the situation to the school's principal. Chad immediately hired an attorney seeking custody of his daughter back. Chad did not see his daughter for approximately 3 months after that date, despite her being in Chad's care for the vast majority of her life. Months of custody hearings and court dates ensued regarding their daughter's custody and care. Chad eventually received visitation with his daughter. In June of 2012, Chad, his new wife Erica, and their 4 children planned a trip to Disney World. Records confirm the family had already booked flights to Orlando for a trip leaving from Akron, Ohio on June the 22nd of 2012. Cindy Cobb, Chad's mother, eventually testified in court that she thought Chad and Ashley could have gotten along and worked something out concerning their daughter's care if it weren't for Chad's wife and Ashley's partner, who she believed added fuel to the fire and made the custody battle more contentious than necessary. Brittany, Ashley's romantic interest, even testified at the same trial that she had read emails from Chad's wife Erica to Ashley, threatening to rip her head off and kill her. Both Chad and Ashley alleged the other was abusing their daughter. Chad argued at a custody hearing that his daughter would come home with temporary tattoos near her genitals and other markings signaling abuse. During counseling, Chad and Ashley's daughter described the mental and emotional abuse Chad's wife Erica had put her through, some of which Chad was not aware of until much later. Much of the audio you will hear in this case has not been released before.
She did some things to Grace too, which nobody saw. Right. I didn't see it. Yeah, she's cruel to Grace. Right. That's what I've heard from you guys. It's like with Ashley and Brittany, she was always like, "Oh, protect your family, save this, and you can't continue doing this." And it's like, I kept looking out. There were so many things that were happening to Grace out here, and I had somebody right next to me that was harming her just as bad, or if not worse. And that was kept for, I had no idea. I used to work a lot. I was really never home, and it wasn't like I was out gallivanting doing something wrong. I had a small company, and it required me to be away from home a lot. So sometimes I would be like from 6 in the morning till, sometimes like 2 in the morning. Not from home, and I wouldn't have any idea. Erica would be all sunshine and rainbows, and I would have no idea like what was happening to Grace. Like I couldn't even see what happened to her, like in her eyes. I had kids, and Grace would look like she would be okay, but secretly inside, like she was suffering.
Erica would threaten the young girl about being too affectionate with her father. She told her not to hug him. Perhaps most disturbing regarding Erica's abuse of the girl, on at least one occasion, Chad's daughter told her counselor that Erica made her eat dog feces that she had mixed with yogurt. Erica claims that that's not what it was. However, she admitted to Cindy Cobb that Cindy's granddaughter thought she was eating that.
They're the only things that he didn't know about at the time.
It's like torture.
Dog poop thing, which really wasn't dog poop, but nonetheless, same principle. She thought she was eating dog poop. It's either here or there. And it was so gross. And abhorrent. That, and then when I would be like, well, just don't be up your dad's ass, but I wouldn't put it that way. I'd be like, don't up your dad so much. Don't do this, don't do that. I'll be nice with you if you don't do this, X, Y, Z. Yes, if you don't hug and love on your dad or whatever. And
that's crazy.
This was the situation the family was enduring leading up to the fateful night Ashley disappeared. On May the 11th, 2012, Ashley made a report to police at the nearby Akron Police Department. She was having work done on her car by a mechanic who found a GPS tracking device on her vehicle. The police report stated, "Victim states that she found tracking device on her vehicle. Victim is in a custody dispute and believes her ex-spouse may have placed the device." Chad and Ashley's custody battle had gotten so contentious that Ashley and her partner Brittany feared for their safety. Matt Travis, who was the manager of the Domino's Pizza where Ashley worked, called police shortly after midnight on June the 21st of 2012. He told police that Ashley had gone out to deliver a pizza and had not come back. Police determined that a female caller had placed a delivery order with Domino's at 11:42 p.m. on the night of June the 20th, 2012. The female caller asked that the pizza be delivered to the back of the delivery address. Police would later determine that that call originated from an unregistered prepaid cell phone. Approximately 9 minutes later, at 11:51 p.m., Ashley left Domino's in her 2002 gray Ford Taurus to deliver the pizza to an address on West Turkeyfoot Lake Road, a commercial building in New Franklin located in Summit County, Ohio. Ashley was
Damn, that
never
was like
seen
the nicest house on the block. It had all the trees around and everything.
alive again. When the police arrived at the scene,
Sad.
officers found large amounts of blood and evidence of a struggle, but no Ashley. There was loose change on the ground and drops of blood near the west side of the scene. Officers followed a trail of blood behind the building and found a large amount of blood puddled on the ground. To investigators, it appeared as if someone or something had been dragged towards the rear parking lot of the building. Investigators reported that it had appeared as if someone had been loaded into a vehicle and driven away from the scene. Investigators now had a
If I had a big
slight
audience
idea of
again, I
what
would
had
ask
happened,
someone to make like
but
a
there was much more
fucking
to this story.
clip of me like sneezing
Brittany
and have
told
it like
police
be a
that
COD
Ashley
weapon
was
shooting.
fighting with Chad for custody of their daughter.
Yeah,
She
make a nice little
immediately
edit.
pointed the finger at Chad upon finding out that Ashley was missing. Because Ashley was still missing, detectives asked if they could follow Brittany to her apartment so that she could provide them with an item such as a toothbrush or a hairbrush that only Ashley used. Meanwhile, officers located Chad Cobb's black Lincoln
Where can I find
Navigator
it?
parked
If
behind
you
a garage near the back of the property of
go
the
like
crime
this.
scene. Police eventually learned that that property belonged to
You
Chad's
go up to the top
grandparents.
right,
Chad's
you
wife
click on
Erica
this,
and 4 children
and it'll
were
be
inside
like
of the Lincoln Navigator.
over here,
Officers
appearance
also
theme,
noticed a milk
dark.
crate containing chemicals and a scrub brush.
You just gotta click on your
directly behind the
icon,
parked
go to
SUV.
appearance theme.
The police asked Erica what she was doing in the vehicle with the 4 children at that hour. She told police she didn't know what was going on, but that her husband had come home around 1 a.m. that morning. Erica told the police that Chad ordered her and the kids to get in the car in a hurried and panicked manner. Erica further told the officers she did not know where her husband was. Officers then heard something in the woods near the SUV moving around, and additional units were called in to begin checking the area. Police discovered Chad in the woods hiding from the officers. Chad and Erica were both detained by police. Detectives told Erica that they were searching for Ashley Biggs. They explained a female caller had placed an order for a pizza and Ashley had gone missing when she was out delivering it. Erica then advised that she did not wish to speak with them without an attorney present. Police then attempted to speak with Chad, who was in a police cruiser at this point. He also stated that he did not wish to speak to them without an attorney. Officers inspected Chad's appearance, and he had multiple holes and small rips in his shirt. He had blood on his shorts and his hand. His knees were dirty, and he had scratches on his body. Chad and Erica were taken to the New Franklin Police Department, where Chad was photographed at the department with the marks and injuries on his body indicative of a struggle. Later on that day, June the 21st of 2012, the Wayne County Sheriff's Department found Ashley Biggs' 2002 Ford Taurus in a cornfield in rural Wayne County, the next county beside Summit County where the investigators found Ashley's blood and evidence of a struggle at that scene. Ashley's body was in the back seat of that car. She was bound with zip ties around her neck, legs, and ankles. Ashley's mother, Kim Biggs, helped police identify her body by telling them about the tattoos that she had. The preliminary cause of Ashley's death was strangulation, and there were multiple signs of blunt force trauma. Ultimately, the medical examiner determined Ashley's cause of death was strangulation by ligature. Police obtained a search warrant for Chad and Erica's residence and property.
God bless.
There, they found a taser, knife, duct tape, digital-style camo pants, belt, zip ties, a camo backpack and boots, and gloves in the backyard. Some of the items appeared to have blood on them as well. Police also matched the camo pants located at the home to the pattern of a camo coat found in Ashley's car. Additionally, duct tape and zip ties found at the home matched the duct tape and zip ties that were found with Ashley's body. Police also found tissue that appeared to have blood on it, a receipt from Verizon Wireless cell phone for a card they had purchased at Walmart showing the purchase of 2 Verizon cell phone cards on June the 18th of 2012 at Walmart in Wadsworth, Ohio.
Morons.
That's approximately 17 miles from the crime scene. Walmart employees advised investigators that a male and female with children made the purchase, and security footage was able to follow them to a black Lincoln Navigator. Detectives confirmed the male and female inside Walmart were Chad and Erica.
Things such as the phone that you guys bought at Walmart. When you guys went out to Walmart, you guys were on security video.
When I called my mother last night. She said that she spoke to you guys and she mentioned that.
You guys went into the Verizon store there. It might have been the air cards. Did you buy air cards there for the cell phone?
I used to have a small company, and there for a while I had, well, not a lot of guys, but I mean like 6 to 10. That was a lot for me.
Right.
And some of them had cell phones and some of them didn't. I had to give them cell phones.
Right.
So, like.
Did you give them like prepaid cell phones?
Oh yeah. I mean, because to put them on a plan was ridiculous.
I had a small company.
So, I mean, if I go to like Target or something like that, or Walmart or whatever, I think like getting on a prepaid cell phone had like 100 minutes, whether it was like $50.
Right.
Or something like that. So I mean, there was a time where I had a bunch of cell phones around, but it was for their employees. It wasn't. They didn't have like malicious intentions.
Right. Whatever phone that was used that night, obviously we pulled records from it. We knew it was used to call, and then obviously we looked for the phone.
I remember she said she threw it out her window.
Yeah, and
I swear.
Exactly. I don't know.
Prosecutors and police assert that Chad subdued Ashley with a taser and then hit her multiple times in the face and head and then strangled her. He then dragged her to the back of the parking lot at the delivery address and put her in the back seat of her own vehicle, which was then driven to an open field. Prosecutors charged Chad with aggravated murder, kidnapping, aggravated robbery, felonious assault, retaliation, tampering with evidence, gross abuse of a corpse, and possession of criminal tools, along with domestic violence. In February of 2013, Chad pled guilty in exchange for prosecutors taking the death penalty off the table. Chad is currently serving a life sentence in prison without the possibility of parole. But this wasn't the end of the story. At the time he pled guilty and was sentenced, Chad was unaware that his wife, Erica, was pregnant with another man's baby. After Chad's arrest, Erica and Mike Stefanko, a friend of Chad's, began a romantic relationship and eventually married. Chad and Erica's relationship became more strained after he went to prison, and they did divorce. Then, on December 1st of 2017, Chad wrote detectives who had worked on his case a letter. In that letter, Chad detailed the abuse his daughter had suffered at Erica's hands, including threats to kill her and to make her eat dog feces. Chad also wrote that Erica had told him that she went and pissed on Ashley's grave.
I was told like she's feeding her dog shit out of all things, and when you hear something like that, it's like, no. That's,
you don't want to believe it.
No, I mean, it's like, that ain't right. That can't be right. And it was. And I mean, and there's more that goes along. And I guess, like she was telling Grace that she would fall out of a car and die, and our family would be better. And that really bothers me because I remember her talking similar gloom and doom about Ashley and Brittany. And in that went bad. And it's like, you threatened death for them. One of them did end up dying. It's like you threatened that same death for my daughter.
Chad recounted the night of Ashley's murder. He wrote that Erica had left their home in the Lincoln Navigator with 2 of their children. Later on, Chad received a phone call from Erica telling him that she knew Ashley was at work. Chad loaded his 2 other children in his truck and then drove to his dad's place of work. He put the 2 children in the SUV, left his keys in the truck, and got in the front passenger seat of the SUV. Erica drove past the Domino's Pizza where Ashley was working and pointed out her car to Chad. Erica drove into the parking lot at 647 West Turkeyfoot Lake Road, and the couple had a discussion. Chad wrote to the police that he told Erica he wanted to go home, but Erica insisted that Chad had to save their family and his daughter would never be safe unless he did something. Chad then recounted that Erica walked to the back of the SUV and made a phone call to Domino's Pizza that ultimately lured Ashley to her death. He wrote, "I can still see that smirk as she talked on the phone, that sick smirk. I think now that she knew exactly what she was doing." Erica then got in the vehicle and drove away with the 4 children and left Chad there in the parking lot. When Ashley arrived, thinking she was delivering a pizza, she encountered Chad, and the two of them got into a physical altercation. Chad recounted that he became enraged and beat Ashley. There was blood all over him. He called Erica, and when he told her what had happened, Chad explains that Erica simply said, "That's unfortunate." He dragged Ashley's body to her car and put her in the back seat. Erica, with their 4 children in the SUV, followed Chad in Ashley's car. After driving Ashley's car into a field where she would eventually be found by police, Erica drove Chad home so that he could shower. Then the couple, with their 4 children, drove back to the crime scene with chemicals and cleaning supplies to clean up the scene, but the police were already there. Chad wrote that the police eventually apprehended him in the nearby woods. Chad closed his letter with a plea to detectives to help him get out of prison someday in light of the information he had shared.
You know, like I told your parents, and I'm sure your dad told me, he reiterated it to you, that I have no control over your destiny here. You know, do I think Erica was involved as an assistant in your situation? I think that. Can I prove it? No. Okay. Do I think she's the one who made the phone call? Yes, which, you know, was confirmed by your mother. Your mom said that Erica admitted to her.
Yeah, Erica stayed with my parents after
the situation. Yeah.
And I guess they talked.
They talked about stuff, right? You know, for me to be able to even approach Erica and be able to charge her with anything or even get a chance to, I need to have some kind of evidence. And evidence is going to be hard to come by. It's 6 years later.
Detectives interviewed Chad in prison on January 25th of 2018, where Chad told a similar story to the one in his letter. Erica was arrested on November the 11th of 2019 after she was indicted by a grand jury for a laundry list of charges, including aggravated murder, kidnapping, aggravated robbery, felonious assault, retaliation, tampering with evidence, grand theft of a motor vehicle, gross abuse of a corpse,
I mean,
and possession
will they get
of
murder? I
criminal
don't think
tools.
so, because,
if convicted,
like,
Erica faced a life sentence with parole eligibility after 20
there's no
years,
evidence
and then
that she
every
committed the
5 years
murder.
beyond that point, or a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Erica went on trial in November of 2020 at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. She told the court she was innocent and that she understood what going to trial meant for her. Prosecutors argued that Ashley Biggs' murder could not have happened without Chad and Erica working, planning, and carrying it out together. Prosecutors argued that it was Erica who made the call to Domino's Pizza. She used a fake name and instructed the driver to deliver the pizza to the back door of the business. The call that placed the bogus pizza order lured Ashley to her death that night. Erica then followed Chad with their 4 children in the couple's SUV and waited
That's
for
the
him to
craziest
drive
part, yeah.
Ashley's car into
That's
a
the craziest
cornfield
part.
in nearby Wayne County, where Ashley was killed. Chad abandoned the car and her body in the back seat. Erica then took him home to shower the massive amounts of blood off his body. Cindy Cobb, Chad's mother, testified for the prosecution, where she authenticated a secret recording she had made in 2014 of a conversation between her and Erica. Erica was worried that Chad would tell authorities about her involvement in Ashley's murder. She told Cindy that Chad was threatening to go to the police about her role in the murder.
Some better than others with kids, because you do have to have lines of communication. And that, is he there right now? I know, no, he's not there. I think it's still just too raw, and he's upset, and you're upset, and he needs more time, and you're impatient, not wanting to give him more time, and it's just, then that comes into a battle.
In the recording, Ashley admits she is the one who made the fateful call to Domino's Pizza. Erica also admitted to Cindy in the recording that if
Caught
the whole
4K?
story was
Facts.
told, both she and Chad would be in prison, and that it took two of us.
Do I think it took two of you to get to where he is today? Yeah.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with that, but it took two of us. It wasn't, he's trying to put it all on me, and that's not right. And the reason that I have a problem with that, aside from just like the fact that I always have that in the back of my head anyway. You know, like what's, to be honest with you, like at this point in my life, I have no purpose for, I'm not trying to manipulate anyone, I'm not trying to bullshit anybody. I'm
Yeah.
just want to go forward and raise the kids.
At one time, I mean, you told me face to face that you made the phone call and you set the meeting up. I mean, that's what you had told me.
And there's no lie in it.
Yeah, because, and I mean, and yeah, we do, because I mean, it took both of you to get where you guys are today and where he is, and
it's not unreasonable to be like, well, okay, you get to go scot-free, why does he have to now bear this burden?
right.
It's not that I don't understand that, it's that it was not knowing that had to be your perspective was not a place I wanted to be.
And I mean, if you were
Knowing that like the mom's just gonna hand this into the police, I wonder if she's just sitting there like, I got you,
Erica
bitch.
also told some
In
gruesome
her head.
details of the then couple's planning of Ashley's death, stating to Cindy that Chad told her that if he was able to pull this off, he would use her skull as a trophy.
He came up with how to do it. He executed almost all of it. The part that he executed went totally awry. I mean, he would talk about, I couldn't really, there's no way for me to say it over the phone, and I didn't want to make a problem for him or make him angry for his appeal. But he was so, like, he would get this look on his face and be like, if this goes through and I can do this, I'm going to keep her skull as a trophy. And, you know, he's like, you don't even feel bad about what happened to her? And I don't know that I responded to it, but I feel bad about what happened to everyone else because of what happened to her. No, I don't lie and tell you that I feel bad about what happened to her. No, I really don't feel bad for her.
Damn.
Cindy Cobb turned the digital recording over to the police in 2018 after having stored it in her gun safe for 4 years. Mary Brinkman, who was a family friend, also testified that
That's
Erica
crazy.
admitted she dropped Chad off at the crime scene where Ashley's murder occurred and waited for him to call her. Erica also admitted to Brinkman that she and Chad went to Chad's grandmother's home to hide out after spotting the police when they returned to the scene to clean it up. The defense argued that Chad was bitter over his divorce with Erica after she married Mike Stefanko, who was Chad's good friend and co-worker, and had to drag her down a level and try to get his prison sentence shortened. Chad testified remotely from prison for the prosecution. He testified that Ashley did not leave the parking lot of the crime scene alive, and he told the story he had written to the police 3 years earlier. Although Chad pleaded with detectives to help him lessen his prison sentence, Chad testified the prosecution made it very clear to him that nothing could be done for him in regards to his sentence in exchange for the information he gave police and prosecutors during their investigation of Erica or in exchange for his testimony. The jury convicted Erica of murder and aggravated murder. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Kim Biggs delivered a victim's impact statement at Erica's sentencing hearing. She told Erica and the court that she...
I'm not trying to be mean, but she looks like she was like sucking off mobsters in the 80s. Like Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying?
lives Ashley's death every single day, and she feels unspeakable pain and loss that she will never recover from.
No parent should ever have to bury their child. And because of your evil doings, Erica, I had to do just that. I had to bury my baby. And her daughter will never have her mother for her wedding. No mother and daughter talks. Grace will never have her mother beside her when she has her first child. You took away every motherly thing Grace will need from her mother. care.
He told Erica, every day felt like a black hole that I was only falling deeper into until Chad would come home from work. He was the hand that lifted me up, and I'm proud to say that to this day, he still is. Erica appealed her conviction and sentence, and an appeals court reversed her 2020 conviction because the court allowed Chad's testimony to be given remotely from prison given the protocols in place for the COVID-19 pandemic. Prosecutors renewed charges against Erica of murder and aggravated murder once again. At her retrial in January of 2024, Chad testified in person at the courthouse in Akron, Ohio. Chad changed his story and testified at Erica's retrial that it was actually Erica who strangled Ashley with the zip tie. Although Chad's story differed from the original he told police in his 2017 letter, the jury was convinced again that Erica was responsible
Yeah,
for
peace out,
Ashley's
shiny
murder
boy. Have a good
and
night, man.
convicted her of the same charges she was convicted of in
bless.
2020 after less than 2 days of deliberation. Erica was resentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years.
Okay, counsel,
Gotcha,
if the defendant
bitch.
could please rise. And I will read the jury's decisions.
Bro, I'm telling you, there's nothing like prison to turn a pretty girl ugly.
For verdict form 1, count 1, aggravated murder, State of Ohio versus Erica Stefanko. We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, find the defendant, Erica Stefanko, guilty of the offense of aggravated murder on count 2.
Yeah,
murder.
she looked up to the sky. She's like looking for God's forgiveness. Like, nah.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn, find the defendant, Erica Stefanko, guilty of the offense of murder in the commission of an offense.
It's all
as
hitting her like a
charged in
ton
the
of bricks right
indictment.
now. Yo, that shit hit her like a ton of bricks right there. That was actually a good one. That bitch thought she was gonna get away with it. Just because she had some good pussy. That chick's just... That's fucking great. So much to take their life. I mean, I can understand it. Some sick fucks out there. Hate's a powerful emotion, brother, especially in the moment. You know what I mean? Think of all the things you said out of pure hate when you're in an argument with someone. Now imagine if you have money involved in that argument and there's anger brewing, or there's love. Once love, like, you know, there's an old saying like, once love turns into hate, it's tainted, you know, and you'll never get it back. You know, that's how you get those like toxic relationships and shit.
And fucking, hey, Stabby baby, what's up? This is gonna sound annoying to complain about in any way, but I was clubbing in Vegas, and by God's grace, I was propositioned by 2 college seniors, 22 years old, to have a 3-person party.
Okay.
I'm 34. They're both fucking 9 out of 10. Just, you know, as good as it gets. But the thing is, I'm kind of obsessing over it.
Yeah, no shit.
My life kind of sucks in general. And I don't really know how to move forward. I feel like I'm never been so sure that my life is careening downhill from here on out.
You're right.
And I feel like I will avoid love at all costs at the 1 in a billion chance that something like this happens again. So how do I just take the win and fucking move on with my life? Because I cannot stop thinking about it. Thank you. You're the best.
Here's the thing. You're never going to stop thinking about this. You're going to be dying, and your grandchildren will be like, what are you thinking about, Papa? And you'll have to pretend it's about, like, their grandmother. Because what you'll be thinking about on your deathbed is getting double sucked by 2 college seniors. That's it. This is the best moment of your life. You have peaked. What do you say? He's 34.
Yeah,
it's not happening. This is the height of your sexual career.
Yeah.
And now you move on to another phase of your life.
Yeah, I told you before, pussies die. And you're 34. Whatever girl you're going to wind up with is going to be around 30-something. By the time you get your shit together, her pussy is literally almost going to be in hospice. So this right here was given to you from the gods.
Right.
From the pussy
gods. A farewell gift.
Yeah, so you need to remember it. And burn it into a hard drive. Yes. Burn it into one of your mind.
Yes.
So when you get Alzheimer's or whatever the fuck it is, or dementia, and you can't remember your dumb kid's name, you'll remember Kathy and Terry.
Yeah.
The 2 20-year-olds. And you'll remember that night when they sucked you a mediocre pecker in a fucking hotel room.
I'd love to know the story here. What happened?
I know. Well, I don't know, but
he was propositioned.
2 college seniors, which is awesome. They're 22. And they have a 3-person. I'm 34. Both fucking 9 out of 10, which is nuts. And this guy doesn't sound like a shadrul. He sounds like he might be a good-looking guy too, all right looking. And a 9 out of 10 would be a 9 out of 10.
Sure,
right?
It could be, or they could be. He could not. He get no pussy, and we're talking about 6.5s, and he's on Molly.
And you're in Vegas.
Yeah.
She could have a hair lip.
Yeah. Has anybody opened up a credit card in your name? Is your social security card still safe? Let's run a credit check before you start celebrating.
With the Albanian girls. That's how you got all these cameras. Yeah, dude. Please listen. You need to just remember that, enjoy it. I would figure out some type of tattoo, maybe 2222.
Yeah, absolutely.
22/9.
Yeah.
That you can look down at your ankle, your gay ankle, when you're 47, and you'd be like, "Oh man, remember that?
Yeah,
remember that."
I know.
Yeah,
but to say that you want to avoid love for the 1 in a billion chance, that's crazy. It's not going to happen, pal. You're not this guy. You're not a three. Clearly, he's not a threesome guy. It really was a 1 in a million chance.
Yeah.
And look, start your new life. Start the next phase of your life.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, dude. Like if you did this in Missouri or like Montana, you ran into 220. It's Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not an odd thing.
Did they sleep in your hotel room? Where maybe they were fucking for shelter. It's a possibility.
Dude, 100%. I had 2 fat chicks play truth or dare on my dick. And what's that other game? Trust me? Trust me?
Yeah.
Trust me? Of course I do, you 2 fatties with 3 fat people in a king-size bed in Mohegan Sun. Just suck it. And then one gave me the flu. I almost died.
That's hilarious. I have also shared a king bed with 2 fatties.
Jesus Christ, it's the best. Can't find it on fucking any porn genre.
Yeah. There was a lot of weight on that king bed, brother. Thank God that was not a load-bearing bed. Good luck. We're rooting for you,
yeah,
pal.
dude, listen, don't stop thinking about it.
But that's the key. Don't stop thinking. You're thinking of this all wrong.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You'll think about it. You might be thinking about it when you get married. That's okay.
Yeah. You might.
Yeah.
You're gonna need that to come on your wedding night.
That's what I was gonna say. If you're ever feeling sad and like you have to fake happiness, God gave that to you.
Yes.
You don't care that your son got 100% on a spelling test. Think about these 4 tits you saw in Vegas.
Yeah, dude.
You're good to go. You're golden for the rest of your
And then
life.
when you walk your wife in, you carry her through the thing, and she's on the bed, and you take that stupid dress off her, and you can't get it up because you love her, but you don't like her. And you're going to think of these 2 girls, and they're going to get you through your night with your wife, and you'll be able to close your eyes and think of them, and then open them at the last second and look at your beautiful wife and go, I love you.
Yeah, you got a gift from God. Don't look at this negatively.
Not at all. Enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's fucking classic. Oh, it's a fucking classic. Well, I think I'm gonna go to bed. Try to anyway. Peace fish. Peace thug. No, I'm tired. Yeah. Getting there. God bless you. Have a good night, bro. Stay safe out there.